Hi, my name is Christen Renee, and today we're going to do part 4 of our full body routine. And today I'm going to focus on the feet and work some on the calves as well. So, first I'm just going to come in, I'm just going to kind of warm up both sides, both feet, with my thumbs and my hands. The feet are hot spots for all sorts of things. We stand on them all day. Some wear high heels, some are on their feet all day long, some do strenuous exercise, and everyone can benefit from a nice circulatory and acupressure massage of the feet. So, doing acupressure on the feet cures all sorts of ailments, including like PMS cramps, headaches, back pain, even things like within the internal organs that we can't see. It's just very beneficial. So right now I'm still just kind of warming up, mobilizing the toes, just trying to get circulation to every corner, inch, nook and cranny of the feet. As we get older, and based off our lifestyle and our build, our feet can lose circulation. So it's nice to come in and really pay special attention to every tiny little crevice of the foot. So now that I've warmed up the bottom and the side, I'm just going to kind of bilaterally massage the soleus, the heel, and then I'll come in with a specific foot and leg. So at this time I'm going to apply a little bit of oil, focusing more on the leg and then letting the residual come down to the feet. Sometimes if you get too much oil on the feet, it's hard to get traction. So I'm just doing some nice circles on the front of the leg, right along the shin bone, focusing on the outer part of the leg more so than the inner. This can be a place where runners or people who do strenuous exercise can get like shin splints, and so it's nice to get some circulation in here and break up any adhesions. And the interesting about this muscle is that it comes all the way down and it stirrups right underneath the foot. So some of those big lumps you feel underneath the foot are actually from that muscle. So once I've warmed up the front of the leg, I'm going to come into the top of the foot. Begin with some stripping to the sides of the foot. This is areas that you want to avoid for pregnant women because there's some points that directly coincide with the uterus. But in this case, we don't have to worry about that, so it's open game. And again, I'll just follow these strips all along across the top of the foot, making sure not to use too firm of pressure because of the tendons and the veins on top of the foot, but not too light to where you don't activate any of the pressure points. Since I've worked the top of the foot, I'm just going to come in, I'm just going to squeeze in between the toes and massage each individual toe with my fingers and thumb, coming across the sides, all along the top, kind of pinching the tip of the toe. Gently pulling, applying pressure underneath and above. Working the sides, getting every nook and cranny of this little toe. And then I'll come again, long passes. Pulling, lengthening, straightening. Each point just has a special function, so why not hit all of them and receive the full benefit? Paying special attention to that pinky toe. And all around it. This time I'm going to start working underneath the foot, focusing along the ball, using my other hand to kind of, one hand to push the foot into the other hand. And here I'm going through each metatarsal, each toe, in between the bones, breaking up adhesions and bringing blood and circulation. Looking at the foot as long and continuous as well. So starting from the bottom and stripping all the way up in between the toes. Watching the foot just move around your finger, feeling the bones shift, the muscles shift. And I'll come to the outer arch, do some passes here, and then down by the heel. I'll use my knuckles and kind of just do like a nice rolling pattern right where the foot meets the heel. You'll be able to feel the adhesions under your fingers popping and breaking away. Paying special attention to the outer arch where it meets the heel. There seems to be a lot going on in there. This does require firm pressure, so making sure your hands are thoroughly warmed up before you just dive into someone's foot is the best plan to prevent any kind of injury. Here I'm just doing some ankle circles before I transition down to lifting the foot and just spending a little time around the heel. I'll say goodbye with some nice compressions. Do a little BMT, a little body mobilization technique. You can see how this engages the leg. I'll say goodbye and move over to the next side. Making sure to breathe, because there's a lot of tension stored up in people's feet, and you don't want to bring that into your own body. And you want to help your person release it as well. You don't want to just pass it back and forth. So again, I'm going to focus my oil around the front of the leg, all along the shin. And then use the residual for my foot, because you want some lubricant, but you don't want too much. So again, with a flat hand, I'm going to work on the interior part of the leg along the shin, just really bringing blood and warmth to the area. No real specific work here. And then coming along the outside of the shin bone, and then doing a little bit more specific circles, pushing out any lactic acid that may have built up. From exercise or just daily living. And once I'm pleased with that, I'm going to come and just do some nice ankle circles. Focus on the top of the ankle, some overlapping thumbs. Squeezing the heel and warming up the sides of the feet for stripping. So again, just make sure you interview your client thoroughly before any kind of body work. Just make sure there's no contraindications to the work you'll be doing. And so both client and therapist can be happy and healthy. So I've moved to the top of the foot, and then beginning from the toes all the way up the ankle. Aiming for in between the toes and across the side of the foot. Now that I've grazed the top of the foot, I'm going to come in between the toes. Not missing an inch. Really making sure I get my fingers in between the toes and along the side. Just treating each little toe special. Come up between the big toe. Again, squeezing, gliding, feeling for any adhesions. And then beginning on the bottom of the foot, elongating, working your supported thumbs in between each toe. Focusing along the balls of the feet, but still making long lines to really make the foot feel complete, like nothing's being skipped over. Focusing on the outer arch. I think many people believe that a lot of their pain comes from the inner arch, but I beg to differ. I feel a lot more adhesions usually on the outside arch of the foot near the pinky toe. That pinky toe needs some love. A few more passes, firm, using your core for the pressure instead of your thumbs. Breathing. Coming in and focusing on the inner arch, but just making sure you don't forget that outer one. Here I'm going to come in with some knuckles, some nice knuckle crawls. I'm going to focus right where the foot meets the heel. Feeling for adhesions. Doing direct pressure with the knuckles. Giving your fingers a break. It's kind of like coloring over the heel with your knuckles and fingers. And then flushing out the work that was just completed. I'm just mobilizing the joints here. And a nice smooth effleurage up the leg. And say goodbye to the feet. Some bilateral, firm effleurage. I'd like to say goodbye to each toe one more time. And then completing. Thank you so much for watching part 4 of the feet in our full body routine. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you'd like to see more, we'll have the head and the neck and the chest coming up. Hope you have a wonderful day, and be sure to subscribe to our channel.